Hey, it's Christine from 90. I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes about telling you a little bit more about rocks. So on the rocks page, which is over here in the left-hand navigation, you'll find all the rocks dedicated to the specific team that you're looking at. If you're looking for just your specific rocks that you own, those can be found on the My 90 page. The great thing about coming to the My 90 page is it's showing you your rocks for every single team you're on. So if you're on multiple teams, it's an easy way to see everything that you're responsible for. So my rocks are listed here. And then when I come to the individual rocks page, this is going to show me all the rocks that are dedicated to this specific team. And then I can obviously switch to the team there if I'm on multiple teams or have access to those. Now, a rock is something that your company will set up at the beginning of the quarter. So usually every 90 days, we'll meet quarterly at the leadership level, even down at the departmental level as well, and decide what are our rocks. And there's two types. There's company rocks, which are the most important things you want to get done for the quarter. So they're just really the projects that you're going to take on and work on over the next 90 days. And the company rocks are the ones that you really want to share with the rest of the company. So you want to bring awareness around these. You want to get everyone rallied behind them because they're probably things that are going to take multiple people's effort. They're very high priority into achieving the goals for that specific quarter. And then underneath the company rocks list, you'll also see everyone's individual name that's on this team. You can move the names around by going left and right. So if you want to push anybody up to the top, you absolutely can. And then with these are the individual rocks. So if you don't see company next to the name, it means that somebody's taken on an individual rock. And that just means it's something that they are specifically working on, not necessarily the biggest goal for that quarter. So the company rocks, you can see, are still listed underneath the individual person's name next to their individual rocks, and you can organize these into any order you'd like to. So if you'd like to put most important at the top, I would definitely encourage you to do that using this drag and drop over here on the left-hand side. Now, if I go back up to the top, the other couple things that you'll see in this line with the rock title is the status. So you can change that easily to on track, off track, and done. You'll see the due date. And typically all rocks are due at the same day at the end of the quarter. And then you'll also see who owns it. So if it's not in the list where you can see who specifically owns it at the top, under company rocks, you'll see who owns it over here on the right-hand side. When you click on each one of these, so if I normal click on it, the details open up to the right-hand side where I can go in and change things like the due date or the owner. I also have a company rock toggle where if I turn that off, it gets removed from that list, and then turning it back on, you can see it jumps it back in. This is showing me what team the rock is on, and I can also add this rock to other teams. So if I'm on the leadership team and marketing, I'm probably, if there's new website design, I'm probably going to want to share that rock onto the marketing team as well. So all I would do is click here and then decide what team it belonged on. With the title, usually that's just a short, concise, exactly what you're looking to do that quarter. And then people will add details into this description area, typically making it SMART, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. So you can answer these questions. You can just put details of what the end goal is and how you're going to get there. But typically you want to build out this rock so that there is a clear definition of what done looks like. So you don't want to get in the trap of just saying, oh yeah, we're going to have a new website. Well, does that mean the draft is going to be done? Is it going to be completely launched? Is it going to be ready for the dev team to work on? What is done by the end of the quarter look like for you getting this rock completed? Underneath the description, you'll also find milestones. If these are not on in your account, there is a settings button up here in the top right you can click on to turn those on. So go ahead and look for that and turn those on if you don't see those there. That's only available to the manager role and above. So if you don't see that, you might not have access to some of your settings. So just go ahead and ask someone in your account to do that for you. And your milestones are ways to break down this rock. So since this is a big project you're going to be working on over the entire quarter, this is a really easy way to say, hey, every 2 weeks, what do I need to get done? What tasks need to be completed in order to get this rock through to the finish line? And you can see I own this rock, but I can delegate out certain milestones. So if I'm working on the draft for the website, but then I need somebody else to review it, I need someone else to develop, I need someone else to publish. These are all things that you can delegate out to other people. And so they'll actually be able to see their milestones on their My 90 page, again, everything that they're specifically responsible for, and they even have access to this rock as a whole, so that they have the whole context, not only of, hey, I'm working on this little part, but here's the bigger picture, the bigger rock that I'm working towards as well. If I keep scrolling down, you can add attachments here, so if you have any documents or things like that that contribute to this rock, go ahead and throw them on. And then there's also a comments area, so if you wanted to add updates over the course of the quarter or anything like that, everything is date and time stamped in the comments. Now, during your weekly meeting, you're going to see this same rocks page come up there. So in the meetings area, I can click on this, I can go to my level 10, and every single week you're going to be reviewing that same rocks list in the rock review section. So you can see here, it's our same list. We can open up the items in the same way, edit in the same way. Typically what happens during the meeting, since you've only got 5 minutes, is you're just reviewing for if they're on track or off track and turning things into issues. So if it is off track and you'd like to turn it into an issue, just go ahead and right click, make it an issue, and it pulls in all of the details from that rock into an issue field so that you can easily save it and discuss it in the IDS portion of your meeting. And then you can always change the status back if things go back on track and you're ready to go. And the final thing I'll point out on this rocks page are the two last things. One, you do have access to your VTO goals, so whatever revenue, profit, measurables information that you set at the beginning of the quarter, you have access to view right here by just clicking that drop down. And then two, if you want to go back and view your last quarter's rocks, since this is what you're working on right now this quarter, even if something is marked as done, it's going to stay on this list until you archive it. And so to archive all of your rocks, you do have an archive all button there. And then if you would like to view your archive, then all you do is toggle this over and it'll pull up all of your past quarter's rocks. So you can even search through these if you'd like to. And these open up as well. And when you archive, it does save the status with it, so you do have a record of overtime if things are getting done or not done. I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, please let us know through the live chat down here, and happy to help you keep growing. Thanks.